What's up, y'all? Cosmic Cage back again with another video. And like we've been doing recently, we're gonna do another reaction video. In this video, it's gonna be someone discussing like the courting period and the courting phase and what is going on based off of what some of her friends says and what some guys are doing. And I don't want to give her too much detail because I want you to actually see this. And then I'll give my reaction as to what I think about what she's saying about what men are doing currently. So let's not waste too much time. Let's get right into the video.
So let me get this straight, y'all. This is now the third person, by the way, broke now, who cares? Third person, third female who has told me that she met a guy and he was telling her how he don't chase women. He like women that show that they want him. Wait, what? What is going on today? The men want to be chosen. The men want to be chased. The men want to be taken out on the dates. I don't know what is going on. And I don't know about you, but I refuse. I would never, ever, ever chase a man. In fact, I have just been told just naturally, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but men like to do the chasing. And so I don't know what's up with these new age pick-me's, but has anybody else experienced this? I've already got 3 of my homegirls telling me this, y'all. What is going on today? This is why I'm telling you, y'all, I would just be single before I do all of this stressful stuff that goes on in the dating world.
This has been another one of those popular talking points in current times. And as you see with the dating world, there's shifts that happen. And then in real time, you see how people react to these new trends or shifts. So obviously, as this is a men's page, I want to give you a little bit of reaction on that. And I wanted to give you some tips that can help you when it comes to this exactly thing. What is happening now is that a lot of men are starting to realize there are women that are not there for them sole purposely. They're there for what that person could provide for them. What they're asking now is for that certainty before they commit and show a level of commitment in terms of the dating process or the courting process. That requires a little bit more effort for certain women, and certain women consider that chasing. I want to distinguish the difference between the two words because I think they get used interchangeably, and people gotta understand there's a big difference between the two. There's a difference between courting and there's a difference between chasing. I always say this: if you're chasing something, that means it's running from you. You should not chase anything. If they want you, they will show the interest and let you know. If you're confused, they don't like you. It's very clear to let you know when someone is actually into you or like you. So I talked about it in a previous video as well. Don't try to play a role to get women. Get the woman that likes you and like you for what you do and what you are. Obviously, there's different ways to meet people now because it's like 2025. So, you know, there's dating apps, there's in-person, there's all these different networking events. But the one big thing that you want to show that the person has some interest in getting to know you, right? So like, there's no issue with you meeting someone, approaching people, going to like see someone that's beautiful or not, versus getting a sign that they're interested in you and approaching. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can do both, and both is not an issue. When you go and you talk to someone and you're having a conversation, if they're giving you short responses, they're giving you one-word answers, I like to call it wandering eyes. Like, you're talking to them, but they're looking at everything besides you. Once you get a lot of these signs when you're talking to them, and this is why I make sure, I always say this, when I meet people, I have a conversation with them. Before I even think about getting your number, I don't want to say, oh, you're beautiful, unless it's like a quick passing and you ain't got a lot of time. But if you have a little 5 minutes to have a conversation with her, you could kind of pick her brain a little bit, because then you don't want to get to the date and be like, damn, this is not the person that's for me, or I don't like the morals of this person. So a lot of the times I'll have the conversation, a quick little conversation to get a little feel for her. In that conversation, you could kind of tell if this person is just there or if they're interested in you. And that's when you could kind of cut it off even before it even gets to a certain point. Let's say you get her number and now you're reaching out to her, you're texting her, she's taking forever to respond. She's like not giving you dates that she's available. She's wishy-washy. She's inconsistent. If you're getting all of these signs, that is then when you end up starting to chase. You feel like you're losing the interest, and now you feel like I need to do something to get it back. So you start to, go out your way to plan some extravagant dates. You start to text some more. You start to, be more harassing, and that is not good. If you got to do anything out of the normal to just get someone's attention, just to go on a freaking date, then I'm sorry, bro, you shouldn't even do it. It's hard for a lot of men in today's society because if you are not in like that top 10 to 15% and you're still working and grinding on yourself, you'll feel like a little bit invisible. I'll say a lot of people will think that's a bad thing. That's also a good thing because that's time for you to do your glow up. That's time for you where you ain't got the attention, you ain't got the distractions. You can just hustle and you have no distractions, and then before people blink and wake up, you're a completely different person. You've leveled up so much and you're gonna get it anyways. The challenge is either you get it early in your life because, God gave you whatever you had, whether it's your height, your parents, whatever your build, whatever your status, whatever it is, or you work and get it towards the end of your life. And I'm not gonna say end of your life, but I'll say like 30s, 40s, and maybe even 50s versus having it like in your teenage years and your 20s. And there's nothing wrong. You just gotta understand that even when you are in that process where you're developing and growing yourself, the women you date is going to be so important to your development process, and you don't want to date people that's holding you back. And the other part of it is a lot of times us as men, we date women to have the satisfaction from our friends in society. We want like a trophy, and I'm not saying that we all go for trophy wives. There's always these memes that talk about when you show the person your girl and your friend is like, oh, okay, at least you like her, right? And it's just like it's a meme and it's funny, but in all reality, we all kind of think it is. When you go to court a woman or talk to her, you kind of like, damn, will my family approve this? Will my friends approve this? Will my coworkers approve this? I don't want to bring somebody back and everybody's like, oh, you can do better. Oh, you can do better. And in reality of the situation, you're the only person that has to deal with this person all the time. So yes, their opinions matter, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be the sole reason why you decide to talk to someone not. So I always caution that, like when you meet someone and you are going through that process, give some people a shot. And I realize that as you get older, you start to open up your horizons more. You start to, like, people that you would never ever thought to date, you start to date them. And then you start to put a little bit more emphasis on the qualities and the personality of that person. And this is something that took me a while too. I was wildly into appearance based. It's just like, yo, I think I look good. They think they look good too. We look good together. And, it's approval from everybody. But how good was those dating experience? It wasn't really great. Some of my best dating experience came from women that society would not naturally think are the best looking women. And it was really their character. It was really their passion, their drive. It was qualities that you can't measure in like the physical way that made them such a good person to date. Whether we became girlfriends or we just kind of like just dated and talked, it just kind of was like more natural and it was easy and it was like a good experience. And when you start to experience that, what ends up happening is you start to want that more and you start to put more energy and effort into finding opportunities and experiences like that. So that's why I always like to tell a lot of young men is that give some people more chances than you would think. Open up your eyes and see how this person makes you feel after each interaction. And once you start to experience that, you end up starting to look for that in the experiences of dating versus going for the looks and trying to make it work just because of their looks, or trying to see some potential because they have the looks already and they just need to work on these other things. And we have to stop that as a guy. Like, we have to understand the difference between the courting and chasing. And it's hard, especially as there's a lot of women out there that are very good at faking it like they like you just to get a free meal. Trust me, I have women friends that are straight up told me they go to dates for free food, and 1 in 3 of them do it all the time. So it's tough, and you're going to lose some of those battles, but you just got to understand that you just got to get better each time. So when she talks about this, it's really more of just men understanding that there's so much drama, so much toxicity in the dating field, so they want to make sure that you just like them. No, I don't know if necessarily if you're a guy and you asking women to like take you out on dates and pay for meals and do all that, you're going overboard, bro. You don't need that. You just need a woman that's gonna show you some interest to know, like, all right, I see something there. I'm willing to invest to see if we can get something out of it. Hopefully that got you a little bit better today. But other than that, Cosmic Cage out.